Ask not what we all be can do for you. Ask what you can do for we all be.
Brother Laurent, I want you to stay on the line with us. We got a special, another wonderful, esteemed, accomplished guest coming up. You got some great stuff to share with us concerning a true living legend, and also some things going on. As you know, unless you've been on the rock for the last 5-6 weeks, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world concerning black people. So we'll be talking about that right now. None other than one and only, the incomparable Sister Dr. Ife Williams, the president of the National Congress of Black Women. How are you doing tonight, ma'am?
Well, I'm blessed and highly favored. How are you, my brother?
I'm good. I'm woke. I'm alive. I'm talking to you both, wonderful, great, accomplished black people. I can't get no better. But the Cowboys lost yesterday. But
all right. Okay.
So I want to talk to you about, first and foremost, about what's going on with Brother Dick Gregory. He was recently selected to receive a Hollywood Walk of Fame star, and you're currently raising money for that. Can you tell us a little bit about what's going on with that process?
Well, absolutely. You know, the Hollywood Walk of Fame is something that's very, very important for people in the arts, and Mr. Gregory is receiving one. We've already had it approved. I mean, they ask you to fill out a whole lot of paperwork, but we got it done. And now we are raising the funds to make sure Mr. Gregory and Mrs. Gregory have an opportunity to go to Hollywood and celebrate his accomplishments.
That's awesome.
People who've achieved highly in their field get this star. Now, many people say, well, if he's being honored, why do you have to pay? Well, that isn't something we can answer. That is the fee that anyone can go on the site and look to see that the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce charges $30,000 to make the star, first of all, which is permanent, and they say that this is the cost included for maintaining the star. There will be a ceremony at some time. We don't know exactly when it will be, but they will let us know when the star will be presented to him. And, of course, we'll be inviting all of your listeners so that they can go out to Hollywood on Sunset and, see Mr. Gregory rightly receive his star. As you said, he has done so much for all of us during the main civil rights days. He risked his life. He gave up his career, basically, so that he could work in the civil rights movement. And people all around the country have just been so excited and so happy about his finally receiving this star. And, they have gladly given. I've never worked with a better group of people who all of them have either written a note with their Gregory stories, or they have called and talked about how happy they are to give whatever they could give to make this a really, truly happy day of his life for all of the work that he has done on all of our behalf.
Yeah, Dr. Williams, my understanding from what I've been reading about it, it's been years in the making. It's like been a grassroots campaign effort. Why do you think it took so long for them to recognize Brother Gregory?
Well, they don't recognize you until someone submits all of the paperwork, which I was determined to do this year, and you pay before they will set the actual, presenting the star. That amount of money has to be paid to the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce and to the trust fund of the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce. So I think it's just that the paperwork has never been completed. You need friends or a committee or someone to nominate you and to make sure all of the history of your career is written up and sent in. So I don't think it was their fault so much as it was that no one had taken it upon themselves to present his name and to make sure that everything was in, all the things that they asked for, and we were finally able to do that this year. This was my first effort in trying to do it. Joe Madison from SiriusXM called me and asked me to write up the document. And you know me, I write every week. I'm a writer. I was a former English major, so I was determined I am not going to be defeated by all of the things that they require. And I was able to get Sheila Moses, who helped to write Mr. Gregory's book, Callous on My Soul. So we got together and we put it together and got it in, on time.
Rightfully so. I'm glad that happened. I'm glad it took a black woman's touch to get it done, though. That's a good thing. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and so we, since they told us they are approving him, we have been raising the funds to, as I said, make sure that he and Mrs. Gregory can go and can, shine the way that that they should have been shining years ago. But finally, it is their term, their time, and we're just grateful to friends who want to help to make that happen. And may I tell them how they can do it if they wish to?
Oh, yeah, go ahead, Dr. Williams, yes.
Okay. Just go to our website, which is nationalcongressbw.org. National Congress BW for Black Women, nationalcongressbw.org, and we're allowing people to donate it to the National Congress or through the National Congress so that if they want, they can get credit. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, and so we're sponsoring the event for Mr. Gregory, but this allows people to, be able to claim it as a tax deduction. And so we are sponsoring it at the National Congress of Black Women. When you go to our website at nationalcongressbw.org, just click on the word causes, C-A-U-S-E-S, scroll down to Mr. Gregory's picture where the star is, and you will see how much we've raised, and you will see that, we are still in need of some funds. Now the $30,000 will just simply pay the fee to the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce, but we are trying to raise enough, and we will. I know that he has a lot of friends out there, a lot on your show, and he's been on your show a lot of times, but we want them to, be able to fly there in first class, to live in a first-class hotel, and just enjoy the moment as many of us will go out and enjoy that moment with them. But just after you go to nationalcongressbw.org, click on causes, scroll down to the picture, click on the picture of Mr. Gregory, and it will open up, and you can put in whatever amount it is you want to donate. And trust me, Ron, people have donated everything from $5 to $1,000. I think one person even did $1,500. So we've raised it, what we have thus far, in small amounts of money. The average has been $30 to $50. But there are people who gave more. Many people even today have given $100. But we're not concerned so much about how much people give, but we just hope they'll show their love by giving something and be a part of this history of making it happen for Dick Gregory and his wife.
Hey, a very much deserving person and his wife. I mean, wonderful sister, Lily. I mean, very humble, but just really a phone for him, a foundational powerhouse for Brother Gregory.
Yeah, she did her part in the civil rights movement, too, and they've, had wonderful children who are still out there working and following somewhat in the footsteps of their father. The daughter, Ayanna Gregory, has a play called, it's about, the struggle, Daughters of the Struggle, and she's actually going to be doing that play here in Washington, D.C., on September 26th, and she's traveled all over the country with it, where she actually tells the story of her father. She's a daughter, of the struggle. Any children whose parents were in the civil rights movement were also a part of it, and they continue to be. And I'm sure they hear many of the wonderful stories about Mr. Gregory that others of your listeners hear about him. And, again, he hasn't given up. At 82 years old, he is still doing many things to benefit us, and you know him. He's not afraid to say what must be said. When many others are afraid to speak out on an issue, he has already spoken out on it. So we just want to, praise him and make sure he has a great time, and his birthday will be coming up soon, so that's another reason we're hoping to be able to announce that everything has been taken care of by his birthday on October 12th. But, of course, we'd appreciate it if friends want to send and be a part of this great effort, that they would do it soon. And Ron, they're welcome to call me if they have any question about the Hollywood star for Mr. Gregory, if they have a problem going on the website, or if they just want to mail it in instead of going on the website. As Mr. Gregory would say, sometimes you have to make, wait for your grandmother to do this,
Right.
She doesn't maybe know anything about the website, so I'll be happy to share with them how else to do it, like, mailing it in. And my number at our office is 202-678-6788. That's 202-678-6788, and we pretty much run a 24-hour shop, 24/7 shop, trying to get this all done by Mr. Gregory's birthday in October.
I definitely know it's going to get done by his birthday. And also, I had the pleasure to see her play when Brother Gregory was the keynote for the Freedom Summer 50th Veterans Conference down in Jackson, and it was phenomenal. I was impressed. He has an amazing voice and a great acting job.
Your listeners should know, too, Ron, that you have taken the lead. Even before we came on to talk about it, you've already sent your donation, and I appreciate that. We have received it.
At least I could do. I do
right.
Whatever I could do. I do it in the right spirit. So it's a blessing, though. It's truly a blessing to have somebody like him around, because I remember seeing on YouTube about a month or so ago where they did a tribute for him at the Kennedy Center back in 2000, I believe, when he had cancer. And Bill Cosby was the MC.
Yeah.
But you had some of our greatest elders, like people like Coretta Scott King and Rosa Parks. I think they all attended and they spoke on his behalf. And now those sisters are gone, and Brother Gregory is still here, still leading the frontline charge and true soldier.
And that comes as a result of his taking care of his health, as he urges all of us to take care of our health, to drink that water, to get our exercise, and, to be kind to one another. Sometimes we go around looking mean and acting mean toward one another, and, for no reason at all, and it simply sends our blood pressure up, and then other things happen to us as a result of the high blood pressure. So we just need to learn to, be in prayer sometime, to be kind to one another, and be kind to ourselves, because we don't always take care of ourselves. And if he were here tonight, I know he would tell you about drinking the water and also about exercising. And exercise doesn't have to be anything dramatic. It can just simply be walking. I walk, once in a while. If you can fast, he urges, people to do that. And so he never asks anything of people that he's not willing to do, that he's not doing himself. And so that's what's so great about him. I just consider him the master, and I feel really blessed that almost every day I get a chance to talk with him. Several times a day I get a chance to see him. He was here this afternoon, and I learned from him. Even though I have 3 doctorate degrees and a law degree, I still learn so much from this man. And I know that's why you have him on your show so much, because he has so much to teach us.